absolute best.
Yeah, they had us the first half, I'm not going to lie.
Oh, could be Wayne!
I think I got my swagger back. Oh!
I love it, baby!
Them orange britches. Something about them orange britches.
Tennessee wins! By Tennessee, Jawan Jennings. Jennings makes the catch.
Ball hit high in the air into right field. Going back is Sayre. And Tennessee can say hello, win column. A grand slam in the bottom of the ninth. You can't draw it up any better.
We just won a basketball game, and we're very happy right now. McGrath for the win. He got it. If you don't like college football and you watch this one, I'm not sure what your problem is.
Reddit did to do, and welcome into More Important Issues. It is Thursday, December 11th. Let's just knock that out real quick. Good evening. Joining me, Landon Raby. Nope.
Not anymore.
Just kidding. Joey Boots. Joseph, how you doing?
What up, big dog? Sorry, Landon got sent to the ether.
Yeah, I don't know where he went, but we'll figure that out after I figure this date change out. So I'm going to ask both of you this, and Landon, I may have to re-ask the question when he gets in here. So now
I thought I did something.
we're
There we go.
well removed from how this season ended. We've now gotten to National Signing Day, pretty good National Signing Day. We've now fired and hired a defensive coordinator. How are we feeling?
Well, first of all, it was quick, so I'm loving that part of it. I love the hire as well. I'm not saying that. I'm just kind of surprised, honestly, to see Josh Heupel make a decision that quickly. His offenses like to go fast, but man, when he's making a hire, he likes to just take a very long time in doing so. Even when he's promoting from within, it takes like a month and a half for something to get done. So,
Well, we now know it's smart to even if you vetted them before, vet the hires, the promotions from within. I'm sure any Michigan fans out there would agree with that take.
yeah.
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe they're happy with how it went.
I don't know. I think they were looking for a reason to fire him, and they're like, "Oh, look at this," and then it turned into an absolute shit show. So,
Yeah, I think that's an accurate description. Joey, we didn't get to talk to you after the Vanderbilt loss, so I don't exactly know how down you were, but what are the vibes at now? Are you ready for 26 or?
You probably didn't want to talk to me after the Vandy game. It's probably for you and for being on live purposes. Probably just better for everybody else. I don't know. I guess I've calmed down enough now. I thought we could shift our focus to basketball season, but that's clearly proven. You're gonna have to hold on for baseball, but hold tight. Warmer weather's coming. We're almost there. Yeah, I don't know. I think I pulled the classic Tennessee fan, and I recalled us going, all right, where do we see ourselves ending this season? 8-4, 9-3 ceiling. We went 8-4. And now how you did it, how you started the season, terrible, because it's just build your hopes up. There's games that slipped away. You really could have beaten Georgia and Oklahoma, and so many ways you could have written 10-2, and it just didn't work out. And then letting Vandy come and parachute home didn't feel any better. So now that it's calmed down, I think it's a little bit more reasoned and like, hey, let's just get them next year. We're back to square one. We're good. We did a little bit of a coaching shuffle. That's fine.
Next year's our year.
Yeah, exactly. We're right back on pace. It's all good.
Feels like it, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, it felt like 98 today for sure. Yeah. Okay, so I mean, yeah, you're all fine and dandy.
I'm in good spirits, man.
Yeah.
What about you, Caleb? You loving it?
I'm good with it. Yeah, I'm pleased. I think we upgraded the overall coach. Really interested to see what assistants he brings along. That's one point, because I wasn't pleased with a lot of the defensive position coaches. So I'm curious how that goes. I also, and I think I mentioned this before, before we actually fired Tim Banks, is I just think so much of it's personnel. And so my expectations for 26 aren't much higher. I think they'll improve. That unit as overall will improve. But I think a lot of it's personnel. So yeah, I'm happy with the hire. It's just it doesn't change my opinion. Let's see how the portal goes, how they address personnel needs, who the assistant coaches that are brought on. I'm curious what that conversation's like. The rumor is that he's been given a ton of autonomy with that side of the football. I have to imagine, though, Rodney Garner was no negotiations. Like he's your guy with being a top recruiter. We talked about William Inge. Will that be similar because he's recruited well? But yeah, I'm curious what this staff rounds out at like, and what the transfer portal looks like. He's coached a lot better defenses than we've had. Even 24 is by far the most competitive. And that might have been a perfect storm
for the defense.
Yeah, for Tim Banks.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, just looking at kind of like what went wrong is like you're at kind of like your peak in 2024, and then 2025, like, yeah, you weren't really expected to do the same thing. And there was some injuries thrown in there, but man, it was just flat out terrible.
Yeah, I mean, injuries were part of the personnel problems, but also just you let guys go in the portal that you shouldn't have, that you should have ponied up for. That came back to bite you. Looks like you're in this weird recruiting, like the cycle of your recruiting, where it's like there's some guys on this unit that maybe they weren't expected to necessarily impact this year, and they had to because of the way things shook out. But yeah, I didn't get too up or too down about the Josh Heupel hire, for example. Won't be doing it with old Knowles here, but I think it's a good hire. I think we got to just we have too many with Knoxville. We have too many silent Ks. We can't have that many silent Ks. And
ball. I saw that today.
I don't want to just sound down in the dumps, but I feel like the change I want to see is on the other side of the football, and it's not coming, and that's disappointing. Unless I was going to raise this question to you guys. You mentioned it, Landon, how fast this was. Was this lined up before they made the Tim Banks move? Was these wheels, these conversations in motion? Did they have their guy before?
I mean, you kind of have to think Heupel at least had a list in mind or knew who he was going to contact as soon as he made that decision. And maybe there was some third party. I don't know who his agent is, but I mean, if
not Jimmy Sexton.
But he could call up Jimmy Sexton and be like, "Hey, can you give me a contact for?"
Not Jimmy. It's not Jimmy Sexton.
I know.
Josh Heupel. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
his version.
Whoever it is. Yeah. Call them up and be like, "Hey, can you give me a contact for Jim Knowles? I need to make this happen." I do think it makes you kind of like you're serious about it, and you going out and hiring a proven guy like Jim Knowles makes me think that you also understand that the defense was horrendous and you need to make a change there.
Yeah, I agree.
So that makes me feel better about it. I mean, if he would have went and hired William Inge, against no offense to William Inge, but I don't think anybody's like, everybody's sitting here like, what are we doing? Like, are we really serious about winning and getting past this? Like, yeah, you made it to the playoff, but how are you going to go beyond that? And I think Jim Knowles is a step in the right direction. I mean, yeah, just with every hire, it's got to work and things got to fall into place. But when you're looking for a proven guy who's done it at different stops and, had really good defenses, I think it doesn't get any better than Jim Knowles.
Do you think Josh was on board with getting rid of Banks like as early as some other people were, or do you think it kind of was a culmination of reactions and obviously the performance? Like, I'm sure as performance went more and more downhill, but I wonder when that moment was versus obviously when we were calling for him being fired.
That's why I kind of think how fast this happened I kind of think it might have been in place before Monday because you can point at signing day, and I think that's fair to point at signing day and say, hey, this is when they waited till this. But then you hear around like he didn't really recruit hard. He didn't have the relationships that these other guys have. So it sounds like it wouldn't have been as impactful had he left. And maybe that's wrong. But then how fast it occurs, I think they had Jim Knowles everything but signed on the dotted line before he fired Tim Banks. So not to say he wouldn't have without that, but I think that probably helped shore it up. Whether it was agent conversations that said, yeah, he'll come if that job opens up, or if it was, hey, we're thinking about going another direction. Are you in? Like, however that occurred, it just the way things have played out, it seems like they had their guy before they made the move.
Yeah, and I want to know when Josh Heupel like really, and we'll never know this, but was it Saturday at the Vanderbilt game and he's like, he's gone, he's out of here, can't take it anymore.
I mean, which play was it? Was it when we got just gapped for 45 yards on a dive play on a must-run situation to the running back?
Yes, that was it. Just all the above. Name another play. Yes, it was that one too.
It could have been anything. I can't believe Josh Heupel watched the offense and didn't fire himself. Then that's pretty mind-boggling.
Sure.
Landon, do you know who the last big defensive coordinator to come from Penn State, Tennessee was?
Tim Banks.
Big name. Big name. Wanted name.
Bob Shoop.
Bob Shoop, baby.
Yep.
And
we got a thing for Penn State defensive coordinators.
Some would argue
we have a type.
Some would argue he was the reason that he wasn't the reason. He was one of the many reasons that coach was let go.
Oh, Bob Shoop?
Yeah, he came in 2016 and then.
Yeah. I don't know.
I just immediately thought of that. That's really the only parallel. It is funny that several defensive coordinators in the last decade have come from Penn State. That's pretty odd.
Well, in the way some people were talking about when it was mentioned that Tennessee was honing in on Jim Knowles, people were like, "Oh, here we go." I mean, acting like we hired Sal Sinceri without any defensive coordinating resume whatsoever. Like it was insane how people were just like, man, it just takes so long for this to work. He's got to build up his defense. It's super complex, and
which
just takes a while.
That's okay within my mind.
Yeah. Well, and that's every system, right?
Right. If it, let me paint the other side of it. A lot of people aren't happy with Josh Heupel right now and are trying to figure out what the heck happened. And apparently it was too simple, the offense, and they aren't happy about that. So, I mean, find a nice, happy medium ground, which he's going to have to do. Like, he's going to have to be flexible because it's not going to be his perfect personnel. And he's going to have to adjust and adapt, and that's just coaching. And I don't know. We'll see if he can. He's had a lot. I mean, he's just also it's kind of nice that he's been around the block, right? Like, this is a guy who's been in college football for a long time.
Well, and we got a sweet deal out of it. We're basically paying him the same amount we were paying Tim Banks to be horrible. And guys,
it's a lot of money.
We were 92nd.
Penn State fans were
defense
elated that, I don't know. Obviously, depending on what I see on Twitter and what my algorithm is, they could have been happier that he was gone. Granted, they're in a position where they want to clear basically everybody that they can just to probably have a clean slate. So I don't know. I mean, I feel like the reaction was fairly positive from Tennessee fans. I know it was kind of, I guess, balanced a little bit, but the overreaction from Big Ten fans being like, "Oh, good luck with that one. You just wrecked your defense for the next 3 years." I don't know that, and I don't know. Maybe they're just, again, Penn State fans. I'm not really taking into consideration because they were butthurt, obviously, about how last season ended. And granted, the Ohio State team, I could have coached that Ohio State team as a defensive coordinator probably to a championship. I mean, it was just a stacked team. But I don't know. If it's overreactions. Just every hire, I think, kind of has that initially, and I think you're right. probably have to have a system. But I don't know. The reactions on Twitter was kind of confusing me, just between Big Ten being elated and Vols fans being curious.
I think it's good that Josh.
Go ahead, sorry.
I was going to say, I think it's good Josh Heupel, I mentioned that, a guy that's been around the block, to get a veteran in here with a ton of experience. I think every Tennessee fan can agree that Josh Heupel's got a lot to learn in terms of being a head coach in game. So I think it's good you have a side of the football that you really just need to take your hands off of and let him have it. Now, I don't know how much Josh Heupel was involved in Tim Banks, if it was zero or what, but you hired this guy, like you said, Landon, the money you spent. I mean, it's nice to not have to spend more to get someone better, but it's still an awful lot of money. But
he's making 3.1 at Penn State. We got him at a discount. We really did.
For sure. When you
shout out
look at
Penn State for getting rid of James Franklin and that entire staff, because Tennessee was able to get one of the best minds in defensive minds in college football at a discounted rate. So
yeah. But I think with where Tennessee's at defensively, it was, and you kind of had to spend a lot of money is the kind of flip side of that. But yeah, I think it's good to get someone, a veteran of the game in here, and I think it would help to do it offensively, but maybe that's a conversation for another day, because I didn't think it was going to happen with Tim Banks, but I'm pretty confident in saying it's not going to happen on the offensive side of the football.
What do you address then? Clearly something has to be addressed. There's if you're going to keep the system how it is and keep the coaches, where's that line for Josh to be able to go, okay, something has to change. But if he's not saying you're not the guy to do it, he's saying you're still the guy. But what's got to, I don't know.
I don't know where that line is either. And I think it's probably hard for Josh Heupel to evaluate his offense in an unbiased way, and his offense coordinator in an unbiased way, because it's so much of his fingerprint on it. So from what I can tell outside looking in, not a ton of inside knowledge, not any inside knowledge, I should say, blaming the offense of woes is blaming yourself. And it's probably pretty hard to pull the trigger on an offense coordinator who probably has limited control of that offense, is my thought. But I also think to be an effective head coach, he needs to be more hands-off on the offense, game day-wise. Yeah, weekly. Yeah, you're in those meetings. Yeah, you're involved in the scripting, and you're involved in the installation. But he's got to find someone that can be more effective than him on game days and let those reins go so he can be a head coach on the sidelines.
Yeah, whatever he has to do to get better at clock management, that's what he needs to do.
I just want to know how to call timeouts. If you have to call offense and defense to know how to call timeouts, call.
Yeah, I don't need a whole new system. I just need you to be better with clock management.
I'm great with the offensive system. Yeah, I'm not saying get a new guy in here to install something new. By no means am I saying that. I'm happy with it. I'm good with it. Josh Heupel's comfortable with it. That makes him more effective. I think he's got to find someone he trusts fully. Whether it's himself, maybe he needs to trust himself more. Maybe he needs to learn to love himself. But go to BetterHelp.com. BetterHelp will send you an invoice for this ad.
There you go. I love that.
Yeah, I don't know. Offense, and it's gonna get kind of similar to defensive personnel. We don't know who's gonna start at quarterback next year, and we're asking how does this offense get better? And we don't know who the quarterback is, and it's gonna be a freshman, whether it be a redshirt or a true freshman. Right now has to be one of them.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a big decision. Defensive coordinator was one of them. I think your next big decision is who the heck is throwing the football and handing it off back there, because January, it's you kind of have to decide, are you rolling with one of these freshmen or redshirt freshmen, or are you rolling with a transfer guy? And if you go get a transfer guy, are you getting just a body, or are you getting a guy that's going to come in here and start?
Yeah. I think you'd probably, I don't know. I don't know what you do. Part of me is they're going to put all their, I hate these people so much. I don't know if y'all can hear that, but kind of feels like they're putting all the, I don't know. They just everybody in Maryville's hey, do you know how loud my truck is? And you're like, what? Do you know how loud? What? That's insane.
Did this cool thing, I cut the muffler off.
Yeah. But kind of feels like they're putting all their eggs in the Faison Brandon basket right now. So Landon, Joey, I think next fall our emotions will hinge on the performance of an 18-year-old kid. And we just got to accept that.
I lean on the side of go get a transfer quarterback, just to, like, worst case scenario, if he's not the better quarterback and Faison's like this second coming, fine. Then he's like, sorry for wasting somebody from the transfer portal, but like, when was the last time a true freshman's worked out for Tennessee? Like, plentifully, like actually gone on, might have been a good stepping stone to be good later down the road. But I mean, that's just not something that we do right now. And I would love it, but it seems same in basketball. And it just seems like all this time we put our faith in these young kids, assuming that they can just come in and win over a system. Like that happens at a lot of colleges. And I feel like the truth is in the SEC, like that's pretty rare. It doesn't happen very often that someone comes in and just is an absolute, lighter. So, yeah. I mean, I prefer to get somebody at least seasoned out of the portal that, if you're going to get somebody out of the portal, I would hope that you're fully planning that they're going to be in a quarterback competition to start.
Was the last, I think that I'm trying to now calculate remember off the top of my head, was the last true freshman to start for Tennessee the combo of Eric Ainge and Brent Schaefer? And I think it was technically Brent Schaefer.
Harrison Bailey not a full season, but started some games as a true freshman.
Later on, though, right? In 2020?
Yeah.
Where's he walking on to next year?
Maybe here. I mean, we might could use him. We need another scholarship quarterback.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Prodigal son. You referenced the prodigal son, I think, incorrectly a few weeks ago. This would be the prodigal son.
Okay. Yeah, let's do that one. I'm in.
I still can't remember. I'm going to go find that now. You might have done it correctly. I can't remember. So
I probably didn't.
Can I derail this conversation real quick? I meant to mention this at the top, and we dove right in, which I'm cool with. That's fine.
Yeah.
I saw one of the new mail trucks yesterday.
Oh, bad.
I think they're kind of sick.
You talking about like the little duck-billed USPS trucks? I mean, it looks like
huge, like airplane glass up front.
No, it's probably sick for the driver.
I just think like
pimped out with a big old glass screen in front of you, pretty much.
It's a mail truck. It really shouldn't look that cool, right? It's a USPS mail truck.
I just don't know. I mean, yeah, sure. I'm all down for changing things up. Shout out innovation. I hope.
I don't care how innovative or eco-friendly, anything like that. I just think it kind of looks cool. In an endearing way, not like I would drive.
No, it's fair. We're talking about it, so it's working. I mean, I don't know that they really need.
I don't think that's on there.
I don't think there's a large marketing scheme for the mail system in the U.S. I think it just depends on demand.
Sure. I mean, I like the UPS trucks. I love a good UPS truck.
Honestly, that means they can just do whatever they want and not going to change company at all because people still need mail. So,
yeah, no, definitely. I mean, they don't need to change, but I appreciate it. I think it looks
eco-friendly. Dump all the exhaust into the world you want.
Sure. That was just my first one in the wild that I've seen. So
they are, it caught me off guard the other day.
I wish they had music with it, like kind of like an ice cream truck. I wish there was some sort of like mail time or something crazy.
Oh yeah, like the Blues Clues song.
Yeah,
that'd be sick. Yeah, I'd be good with that. Yeah,
even though I'm never here when it comes by, but it would be cool to see on my Ring camera, I guess, every now and then.
Yeah, turn the volume on.
What'd you say?
Turn the volume on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have y'all seen the like Waymos in person yet?
The what?
The Waymos, like the self-driving cars.
I've never seen because are they in Nashville now?
Yeah, they're in Nashville.
Okay.
Out there too much. It's wild though. It's like the same. I just thought about it because when I saw that USPS truck or whatever, I would like a double take, and then you see a car with cameras all over it, and then it's behind me. I was like, this guy's kind of on my ass, but no guy.
He flipping them off.
I would be. Did you all ever watch? It was a terrible show, but I really liked it. What was it called? It ran, I think, for just one season. It was about like a car company in Michigan, and in I think the pilot,
Tires.
No, it was an NBC show, and in I think the pilot, they're testing a self-driving car, and they're doing it essentially like Safety City type deal. They have this fake city, and the car, there's this like pedestrian walking out, and but it's a cardboard like cutout, and it just plows over it. It's a great opening pie. And again, the show kind of sucked, but it was entertaining.
Pretty sure they just tested that with Teslas in like Texas somewhere. Just put a real Tesla, real school bus, fake kids, and it just boom straight into them. Not funny if it was a real life scenario, but cardboard and plastic cutouts.
It's funny when it's crash dummies.
Yeah.
We can all appreciate that. I thought shout out to Big Orange Vol ZY7ZP. I wonder if did you type those letters? It looks like a generic name, but it's Big Orange Vol. Anyways, thank you for listening. Number one. He said, boys, I'm ready for the 2026 baseball season. I initially just read that as ready for 2026. And then I read we are absolutely loaded as always and are going to be one of the best teams as always. I thought we were all just drinking the orange Kool-Aid after this Jim Knowles hire. I was like, yeah, let's do it. But yeah, 2026 baseball is sneaking up. First pitch, Landon. 66?
I think so.
We'll go with that. I'm cool with that.
Classic.
Yeah.
I figured Landon would maybe hint at that. Yeah, if anything, baseball might bring me. I don't know. I guess I don't even want to jinx it. I really was confident on basketball, but I learned better. So
yeah, I don't know if I'm not ready to give up on basketball, but
you can't give up yet.
I'm not going to give up.
SEC play.
It's going to take one practice of me seeing Levi Clark hit a 500-foot home run, and I'm going to be like, good God, I can't wait.
Well, and then you're going to watch that practice or watch that first game against Loyola, Maryland in the sleet, and you're going to go right back to Thompson Bowling Arena until it warms up.
Oh, no, I'll watch it on TV.
On the VIP section, dude.
Can't afford it anymore.
Yeah.
I'm out.
Dang.
I'm back on the interest list.
I can't wait till they build Ross Kivett's office, and we're just going to sit in there during games. It's not going to have a view of the field because it's Ross Kivett, but we can watch it on TV from Ross Kivett's office
right now. Danny's got like a laser tripwire that just recognizes Landon's DNA, shuts all the gates. The moment you're inside, just the doors come down and you're stuck in there.
Excuse me, sir. Please come with me.
That reminds me, we got to build the wanted poster and get it hung up in the dugout.
For Danny White.
It needs to be
no for you.
For me, not in the dugout.
Yeah,
maybe
in the dugout.
Maybe in like the training facility or something.
No, because a few years. Well, you've seen it a few times on the SEC or ESPN broadcast where they've got, like you saw Florida had the Christian Moore and Blake Burke helmet photo hanging up in their dugout. Mm-hmm. We just put you right next to the lineup, and so it says wanted, public enemy number 1, and it's you.
That's fine.
I bet it worked.
It's like it's a don't serve shot, like mugshot style. Don't serve into your photo. You're actually Danny's probably already gotten rid of every single nacho in that stadium because of you.
Yeah, he's cutting me off. I might get into the stadium, but I'm not allowed to consume any kind of anything there.
I know he may know, like you and then by connection, more important issues. So in my head, I'm making up that he was trolling us with that quote tweet last Saturday.
You think Danny White is on his feed pulling up something from a month ago?
I think Danny White knows exactly who Landon is, and I don't think it'd be hard to figure out that Landon does this show.
Oh yeah, no, that's a given. Landon, you put a target on our backs.
I think
I'll ride for you. Like, I'm here.
I think it's very possible that was a troll. Not likely, but it's very possible. And I think it's very possible if Danny White graces the Vol fans with an appearance at a baseball game this year. Again, unlikely. I think we could see him doing a nacho tweet or a hot dog review as a troll. I'm just going to throw it out there into the universe.
Maybe we try to get him to do one.
I think we should introduce it at this Monday morning meeting.
Truth. Just kind of stay in your lane kind of thing. Like, hey, I do my thing, you do yours. We can all agree Lindsey Nelson hot dogs are incredible, and we'll just do this and knock it out. and we'll put our differences aside for the betterment of the program.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
We are
Yeah,
actively
maybe we'll do that.
We're
What's
actively figuring out the 2026 football schedule. I don't know if we're going to try to.
Joey, what's the first? Yeah, we can talk about that as it goes. What is the first SEC homestand in baseball? First SEC homestand in baseball. Who do we have?
Couldn't tell you.
Oh, you had your phone out. I thought maybe you'd look it up.
Well, yeah, I'm doing that currently.
Because I would like to extend an invite to Danny White to
Let's see.
attend.
Shout out Marriott Bonnie for throwing ads all over my. I mean, we play Nichols, but I mean, let's get a real series going.
No, SEC series. Give me an SEC series. First SEC series.
Ooh.
It's
Nope.
Missouri.
Okay, Danny White. Saturday of the Missouri game, I invite you to a Truce hot dog review in Lindsey Nelson Stadium.
Speak for yourself.
Landon and Danny eating wieners together in the concourse. You in?
Nothing brings people together like a great ballpark dog. So
I agree.
Only if y'all do like the cross arm, like feed each other.
Well, you feed yourself, but yeah.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Or you could double it up.
You could go full Lady and the Tramp with it. That'd be sick.
Meet in the middle, sweet
hey, Danny, I only got one hot dog, so got to figure it out.
These price inflation. What you got to do?
Yeah.
I can't get these for free in the MVP.
I had to pay to get in here. I can't afford 2 hot dogs. That's crazy.
I think that is my favorite thing about the hot dog reviews of the recent years is that those have all been hot dogs that Landon smuggled out of the MVP room.
Okay, you don't have to out me.
Well, yeah, what are they going to do now? Take them away?
Well, yeah, they are. Well, they're going to leave the hot dogs. I think they're taking away the actual meal. That usually they have something I don't like during that.
You don't have access to that room anymore, no? Or do you still have access? Can you still get access? Wink, wink.
We'll see. Okay. To be determined. Yeah. Maybe some games, not all games, but some.
Okay. All right. Sorry for derailing us. That was pretty impressive of a derailment, but I do apologize. 2026, I talked a little bit about my expectations. Landon, what do you perceive? Let's start with the defense since that is the most recent shakeup.
Yeah, I mean, the first thing with the defense, it's got to be better, and I think it will be. A lot of people are just like, the fans that are just negative about the hire is insane to me because he's literally everywhere he's been he's improved it. Literally in 2017 at Duke, they were number 22, 2018 number 97, 2019 number 61, 2020 34. They were number 9 at Oklahoma State in 2021, number 24 in 2022 at Ohio State, number 2 in 2023, number 1 in 2024, and number 37 in 2025 at Penn State. So I saw one number, and that was in 2018. That was worse than what Tennessee had this season.
Where was he at in 2018?
Duke. He was at Duke with Cutcliffe. Yep.
Oh, well.
And Tennessee's like, I know like he's got to get Jimmy's and Joe's in here. He's got to do that.
I mean, that's part of it. That's just the landscape of college football.
That's always going to be more important. But Tennessee's recruited well on defense. Now they've had holes in some areas, especially defensive backs, but linebackers you've recruited well, defensive line, edge you've recruited well. You've done well in the portal at corner. Now you kind of, it sucks Boo Carter didn't work out, but there was one glaring hole pretty much, and that was your safeties.
Yeah, I would agree with glaring hole. Yeah,
and I mean defensive tackle wasn't good enough, but I think with your defense, it kind of all feeds off of each other. If you're so worried about your safeties, your linebackers aren't, they're probably backing up a little too much, giving up something in front of them.
Mhm.
If you're worried about your linebackers not fitting, like how are you going to be as a defensive tackle? Probably not great if you don't trust that guy behind you. So
Sure.
it kind of all worked off of each other, I think, this season, and I expect an improvement. I think it will probably take time for it to be as good as you want it to be, but I think that comes with recruiting. And I mean, he's coached defensive line, he's coached linebackers, he's coached safety, so he's been at all three levels. So he knows exactly what type of player he needs to get in here and make this thing roll.
Well, also, like, your expectations aren't like the way it is. You got a guy that's coming in that's fairly seasoned. Again, I don't care how good that team was at Ohio State. I mean, he's proven to be an addition to this team. You're not gonna. I know the Walters guy from Washington probably would have been a good hire, and he might have fit the vibe of what you want your defense more. But at the end of the day, I don't. It's about what we need to plug in there, and I think to be fair, at first I think I was a little worried, obviously, just about the play style, because we were talking about how Josh, in terms of, wants to have hands-on on offense, and I don't know if a coach on defense that is just wants to run his own ship like someone like Jim Knowles does would work as well. But honestly, now that I thought about it, it makes much more sense to just be like, hey, we're worried about enough problems. I just need you to come in here and like set the foundation right for a good defense and do what you've done at other places, and like let the rest of it work out itself. You're a good SEC team that recruits well, that has like good players in its cycle. You just got to put the main foundation in place and then let it run from there, which you're not going to get immediate steps next year. It's just not, it's not how it works. I mean, it'd be great, but I'm not going to try to buy that pipe dream that, we're going to have a complete turnaround on defense and everything's going to be dandy next year.
And with your offense, like, it doesn't have to be number one or number two in the country. I mean, that would be sick, but it shouldn't.
Right.
With the way your offense has looked, other than 2024, it shouldn't have. I mean, if we're ranked, what was Penn State, 37? If Tennessee was 37th in the country in defense, they win 2 more games.
Yeah. Well, we've seen it happen before. I mean, your defense can make you an absolute nut of a contender. So,
yeah. Speaking of 2026, the schedule, we've got it. You ready?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I don't like that lack of excitement, Joey.
Well, I'm not too excited about it. We go like the bye week spread is a little insane.
Yeah, but you're not too. You've got a tough stretch leading up to the bye week, but thankfully, like, it gets broken up. So September 5th, Furman. September 12th at Georgia Tech. That one is in Bobby Dodd. September 26th at home versus Texas. October 3rd at home versus Auburn. October 10th, you go to Arkansas. The third Saturday in October remains versus Alabama. 24th, you travel to South Carolina. You are open on October 31st. November 7th, Kentucky. 14th, Texas A&M. 21st, LSU. And the 28th at Vanderbilt. So
no Halloween game.
No Halloween game. It's not ideal. That Texas, Auburn, Arkansas, Alabama, South Carolina games. That's a stretch. But I think that's
doable.
It's not awful. It's going to be tough.
Not murder's row.
This schedule is going to be tough pretty much any way you laid it out.
Does it look so much better now than it did before this season kind of played out, when you thought South Carolina's good, you thought LSU was good, and they might be good when we get to next year, but you're looking at it, I think, a lot differently than you were probably a couple months ago.
Probably so. And I mean, you have Arkansas, who's I don't see a drastic turnaround happening. Auburn, I think, will be much, much more competitive under Alex Golesh. Texas is an interesting one because, okay, that's going to be a really, really tough defense. What is that offense going to look like next year? A lot of questions based on how they played this year. And then you have potentially a new quarterback potentially. I doubt it, but maybe.
I would have also said that Texas and Auburn coming to UT will be such a big factor. But between Georgia, Oklahoma, and Vandy this year, just not going to put a lot of worth into.
You can't, yeah.
It's just not
Yeah.
not a factor right now.
Yeah, and then I think the after the open date is football wise, like it's okay, but man, that's you have Kentucky, it is at home. You have Texas A&M, who again kind of interested to see exactly. That's gonna be a really good football team. I don't know if they'll be at the level they're at this year. And then you have LSU. That'll be just a fan wise very emotional game.
That is going to be so
and then Vanderbilt, a rivalry that you better want the best of them. That's a game you got to get up for. I mean, golly. So yeah, I mean, I'm okay. Like it's not with the opponents you had on there. It was not going to be fun regardless.
Does Tim Banks get a warm welcome when he trots into the stadium?
Well, thankfully he's in the booth. So,
will he be?
I assume he was
Okay.
for Tennessee.
Well, he's just a safeties coach, so I didn't know.
Oh.
Different. Yeah, he's not the defensive coordinator.
Okay. Bold strategy.
Yeah.
I mean that he won't. I don't know. I'm sure there'll be plenty of booze. I don't really care. What week? Ooh, Trey, are you in here? Trey, when does what Tennessee game am I going to miss for Ole Miss versus LSU? I landed. You might not be going. I'm going.
I'd like to.
It's right before ours, isn't it? Because they go.
I'm not
Hold,
sure.
please.
I've got it. Yours said Ole Miss LSU.
Yeah.
God, they make this so hard to understand this graphic. That is week 3.
Oh,
Tennessee.
sweet.
Is that Kennesaw State?
Tennessee doesn't play week 3. Wait.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Kennesaw State week 3.
Yeah, we do. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong thing.
Okay.
Jesus.
Sorry, Jerry Mack. I hate to miss your
Going off
homecoming
that.
welcome. Oh my gosh, that's brutal.
It's kind of beautiful, though, isn't it?
It is. Honestly, screenshot that. I'd love to keep that on my phone, but that's brutal.
Yeah, it kind of looks like a draft at Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. So September 19th, is that the date? Or it doesn't have dates?
No dates.
Okay.
Probably
Well,
on a Thursday night.
if it's Kennesaw State, I'm definitely there. I mean, no doubt in my mind. If it's Texas, that's
So College Station, are we going?
Oh, yeah. I'm going to get my heart.
I'm going to Atlanta. Yeah, that's far enough apart. I think I can make that happen. You know where we're going? Northgate.
I don't know. I'm in.
We're
though.
going to Northgate.
Whatever.
Yeah, you're
Okay.
in. Northgate rocks. Changed my life. Gave me hope in humanity.
Casino?
No, just a great time.
What's Northgate?
It's just their row. It's their strip. It's their row of bars.
Oh, beautiful.
It's fantastic.
Dude, you find in a way opponent's version of the strip or an old city, that's where I belong.
Yeah. It's probably
No,
combined.
you
'cause it's-
belong
I
in
think it's
the
much
shitty
bigger.
motel like 20
dude,
miles
I'm
out.
already. Yeah, I'm gonna start
Joey, you
looking now.
cannot. I mean, it's Texas. You can't. It is East Texas, so it's better. But you can't
Yeah,
just stay in a random place.
Sure can. I'll find if it's going to cost me more than $20 for the weekend.
Dude,
I'm
we're
not-
gonna
Oh,
have to up
God.
your insurance a little bit.
Dude,
Has Kiv sold his place in Houston yet, or can we stay there?
Ooh, maybe we can. That would be sick.
No furniture.
How far is Houston from?
About an hour. It's
Okay.
not bad.
Okay.
Y'all don't have any grit.
No, I don't have that kind of grit. No shit.
All days. What, you
We're
got something
staying
wrong
in.
with-
We're staying in SEC assistant baseball coach's second home. That's pretty gritty.
not as gritty as water. Not
When I
working, bugs crawling all
frame
over
it
you.
like that, you got to admit that's gritty. I didn't mention it's in one of the largest cities in the United States, and it's probably pretty nice. But when I frame it like that, you got to admit that's grit.
What week do we play?
It's actually his third home. I mean, come on.
I gotta get on Airbnb now.
Filth.
They're gonna
Filth
soak
and
up
grit
all
are not the same. thing.
dungeons.
You guys think 8-4 is okay next year? I haven't sat down and fully mapped it out, but I mean, unfortunately, Vol fans, get ready. because
I
it's
think
Until
probably
that
better
first
be.
game and we beat a team by 70, and then we're like, oh yeah, here we go, baby.
Well, Texas
Yeah.
frames it perfectly. It's a team that we totally could beat, and then we're going to get all high and mighty. And even if we roll through Auburn, we're going to feel way too good. And
it's just starting 3-0. Like, you got to go play Georgia Tech. They won't. Haynes King surely is too old now, right? He's got to be
done. He's done.
7th-year senior.
Mhm.
I mean, that's a team that's a lot better than they were the last time you played them.
Well, it's like most of these teams you play, like they have a new quarterback every single year, and you're like,
Yeah.
well, it's hard to like know exactly what you're going to get because it's brand new.
Yeah.
Which I guess they think the same about us. So
Sure.
whatever.
Well, definitely. I mean, I think there's a lot of factors, Monty. I'm not going to say 8-4 is okay right now at this point, but I certainly kind of paint with a broad brush here. I think it's very possible that is your record. Whether fans are okay with that or not is a completely other. Whether they should be okay with that is a completely other story.
Yeah.
I think 8-4 is totally. I think if you
how do you lose those games too is another thing.
Well, we said that about this year.
Yeah.
And probably lost them in the worst way you could have. So
I
don't know. Upsetting way, I guess. Between Oklahoma and Georgia, it's like you could have gotten ran out by Georgia and never really had that be a scenario. But
this is a hot take. I'm well aware it's a hot take. If you go and play really, really competitive and get beat by Vanderbilt because a guy that is a Heisman finalist makes a Heisman play, I'm not as down. I'm mad because it's Vanderbilt, but I'm not as down about the shape of the program if that's how it plays out.
Yeah.
So you're going to chalk up 8-4 with a loss to what? Let's go Bama.
You bring Alabama to home. I mean, Tennessee has a lot to figure out their own, but they're 2-0 versus Alabama at home in the last 2
And
years.
they're going to have a brand new quarterback too.
Yeah. I mean, I think Texas A&M's likely. Georgia Tech's interesting because it's away and because we just don't know enough about either team. It's early too. I'm not willing to chalk that up as a loss on December 11th, 2025. Texas, probably a loss with what we know right now. They just seem to have a much tougher defense. Probably going to be better up front with what we know right now.
They did lose to Florida. I'm just saying.
That is a great note to make. It's not again, I'm not willing to chalk that one up as an automatic loss tonight. There's a lot of losable games on this schedule, but I also think there's a lot of games Tennessee has an opportunity to be competitive in.
Yeah. I agree with that. I mean, 8-4, I don't think the sky is falling necessarily, but
again, it's all in how you
definitely
lose them.
Yeah, and it's definitely not where you want to be.
Right.
Like Tennessee doesn't want to be 8-4 right now. I mean, next year, even though the schedule gets harder, you don't want to be 8-4. You want to be, I think 9-3 is, especially if they're going to 16 teams. I think 9-3 with this 9-game SEC schedule should probably get you in the playoff.
Well, it depends on what Notre Dame's MOU states.
Oh my God, dude, that's the biggest joke, dude. What about everybody freezing them out? You love that?
I love it, and I think Notre Dame should have to hire Sharon Moore for getting a lot of the news cycle off their back. They should have to hire him.
Yeah, I agree.
Also, Catholic sex scandals, they just go together.
I mean, how can you just strong arm the committee in doing that when then you basically tell the playoff or the NCAA like, hey, we're opting out. We're not going to play in a bowl game.
Yeah. And again,
I would say, all right, well, don't play. Then you're just you don't get that MOU. You got to make it.
Yeah. And I'm obviously not in support of that. I'm not in support of a lot of what the committee does. I'm not in support of the group of. I think it's great that we get to experience the group of 5, but I also just think they're on a different playing field, and I think they should not be in guaranteed spots.
Especially
the way it shook out this year.
Like if both of them teams get blown out, are we Do you think it gets changed where they're
It'll
down
have to get
Group of
changed.
Five?
I think it'll just adjust where it's less likely to get in, more than likely.
Yeah.
Well, that's true, because then it can just affect their decisions. It's just going to be harder as a team trying next year, because the committee's going to go, well, and it honestly is going to get to a spot where if you're one of these teams, if you're like a JMU or a Tulane trying to get in, you're going to have to schedule a big dog. Like, you're going to have to try to get a somewhat medium-sized SEC team, maybe Big Ten team, even like a strong Big 12 team to come play you, and if not win, put up a hell of a game so you can at least make the case. Because, like, that's the only chance I can see if it gets to that point. Now, who's to say that something crazy doesn't play out? But if it goes the way we would assume, you're going to have to do something, because you're just not going to be taken seriously when you win a cupcake 11-1 season.
Yeah.
Well, most of them played an opponent like that, and they both lost. So
Right. And I think I think I guess my like counter to that, I think Group of Five is good because you do get some of that, okay, kind of any given Saturday type feel of college football. But I also know it's just going to take a really special team to pull something off against what should be one of the top 10 teams in the country. I think it should have been, in my mind, the committee shouldn't have played Tulane against Ole Miss. Give them a chance. Obviously, it's not a good matchup for Tulane. Give them a chance against someone else. It's never going to go in their favor. So let them go to Oregon. Let JMU go to Ole Miss. I don't understand that. I'm okay with the Alabama-Oklahoma rematch because it worked out seeding-wise. You could have put those two teams in any order you wanted to.
yeah,
I'm not convinced they watch football. I don't know if they know those two teams played this year.
I mean, the looking at the playoffs, Oregon, they get a home playoff game. They have the easiest road. And I'm not saying Texas Tech can't beat them, but I'm saying if you're picking out of the four teams, which one do I want to play? I'm picking Texas Tech. Sorry.
Sure.
So Oregon gets to play James Madison, and then they get to play the 4 seed. That makes no sense to me.
Yeah, the seeding hadn't felt right these last 2 years. But I also don't get the Group of Five's complaints about we should get a chance. It's like you didn't have a chance in the 4 team. You didn't have a chance in the 2 team in the BCS era. What magically makes you think you get a chance now? Unless you're one of the top 12 teams in the country. Why should you?
Yeah, it is kind of annoying that that's like the precedent being set. Just because you expanded means you deserve to include some people that, like, the whole point of expanding was to get more room for higher level competition and higher, like you want some of those SEC and Big Ten teams that would just miss it to get in and be able to have, teams that are going to win.
They're going to be competitive in the earlier rounds. They have a chance to win the early rounds. They have a chance to win it all, maybe in a perfect matckup, but more than likely not. Yeah,
but at least cause some mayhem. But it's on a small scale. This isn't college basketball. You're not having Furman come in and cause havoc. It's just different sport by a mile, so it's never like that. But it's also just not nearly as many teams. 12 is not enough to neglect a bunch of good SEC and other conference teams to then let 2 Group of 5 teams.
And I'll say that again as a Group of 5 fan. I like the idea in theory. I do think they need to adjust it where those 2 teams can't auto bid in. And like I say all that too is like it's the same thing for Notre Dame. You've got to play a tougher schedule. You've got to your ACC schedule wasn't tough enough. It is what it is. Sorry. They shouldn't get an auto bid because they had a good season. They should have to have a better season than 12 teams to get into the playoffs. And part of this expansion was, these conference championship games are going to matter. And that's sucks to suck. If the champions are going to get their auto bids, and to keep the counter to that is, well, we can't punish the other one, which again, I don't love that. It's a competitive game. It should matter. The performance should certainly matter. Alabama getting blown out. That was their playoff game. It is shown they are not going to be able to compete with Georgia now. That is the team they are. Ignore earlier game. You don't have to ignore it. You can factor it in, but they got blown out. That wasn't a competitive game. But yeah, the Notre Dame, in fact, I'm on the polar opposite of Notre Dame. I think they should never be allowed to be ranked higher than number 13 going into the last playoff bowl. Every year, no matter who they play, they should have to earn their way in.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, that they just keep like not having to play. I mean, they backed out of the bowl game. They don't want to play games, so why reward them in making the playoffs?
And I'll tell you this, Irish. I agree with your argument of, well, why did they have us ranked there all year? Agreed. I don't know why they had you ranked there all year. It was fraudulent.
We've been
I
complaining.
agree with that point. We all said all year long, what is the playoff committee doing putting Notre Dame there? So I agree with that. But you're just not going to like that. I also agree you still belong outside the playoff.
Yeah.
And you that
their AD, like, just all over the place is annoying. He's not helping his case at all.
I will shout out. I know y'all saw the clip. I will shout out Clark Lee for, I can't believe I'm saying it, but like taking accountability, doing what a coach is supposed to do, saying, look, we didn't win the games we should have to go make the playoff. Like, we're not going to sit here and bitch about it. Like, just
go be better.
The
conversation last week, I'm shocked those are his comments.
I agree. That's why I'm befuddled I'm even saying it. But yeah, the Notre Dame stuff's mind-boggling. And trying to force the hand again, it's like, just join a conference. It's not that hard.
Or make them go play for their own championship. They'll go play independent teams. How many independent teams are there? Like 4, maybe?
I think it's just UConn and Notre Dame now.
Okay.
Ew.
I thought there was one more. I thought like Oregon State or somebody is.
No, Oregon State and Washington State are still in the Pac-12.
Yeah,
Pac-12.
Yeah, Army and Navy went and joined a conference. You go join a conference.
Yeah, I agree. This is Monty brought up a good point.
They're better than the military academies. That's
Notre Dame absolutely believes that.
That's crazy.
Monty brought up this question that I mentioned in the chat, our group chat the other night. You should be tampering the hell out of Savion Hyder right now.
Oh yeah.
I mean, this is what tampering was made for. Go get him. And obviously, we had some reports of the legend-based stuff not being what it seemed on social media. This is a great time to tell him to go to Ohio State.
Yeah.
And go spend that money elsewhere.
I mean, you're probably going to need, if everything goes the way we think it's going to go, you're probably going to have to get a portal running back anyway. Just go get a 5-star freshman and let him play.
That you wanted anyways.
Exactly. It's probably going to be
in his living room. Don't do that kind of
have a higher ceiling.
Yeah. Stay out of the living rooms. Don't do the Michigan thing.
We need to tamper with legend-based brother. Clearly, that's evidently the missing key. And then
I don't know what to believe in all that saga. That just doesn't make none of it makes any sense to me.
Well,
and not even
like talked to him and had conversations with him. So like, I feel like it's easy to. Are you wanting to be at Tennessee or not? If not, just go.
I think Tennessee now with this, what's occurred at Michigan, and you have the chance to go get a guy you were right there at the finish line with. It's an easy decision. It should be an easy decision for Tennessee.
Yeah, agreed.
I can't imagine he wants to hang around. Maybe he does. I don't know, maybe he's a Michigan guy.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know how much it's going to affect. Like, I hate to say it, but like, I understand all that's really bad visually, and it depends on who they hire and how all this transpires over the next couple of weeks. But bag's a bag. Like, if I'm getting paid, you can throw whatever coach scandal you want in there. I don't really care. Let's go pay me to win some football games. Now, Tennessee frees up the money to do so and match, then we have a.
Well, if Bryce Underwood ends up leaving, I think that's going to be a domino effect for a lot.
True.
What chaos do you want more? Matt Campbell going to Michigan or Kalen DeBoer going to Michigan? Which chaos would you prefer?
Kalen DeBoer would be way funnier because then Lane Kiffin's going to already want the Bama job. He'll flip. He'll give Lane Kiffin 1 year. He'll do.
And then Eli Drinkowitz goes to LSU.
There you
go. Yeah, I don't know. I just kind of forget about Matt Campbell, to be honest.
Yeah, he did a good job of getting his name back in the mix though with this Penn State move.
Yeah.
Did you see his bent hat video? Pretty sick.
I haven't seen that.
He goes into a locker and it's got like a Kenny Chesney dad bill, and he bends it more and then puts it on. Also, Matt Campbell, I'm a hat guy. I think I look way better in a hat than without. Not that I look good with either. You look way better without a hat. You need to stop wearing a hat.
Also, Penn State, let's probably stop filming ads in locker or any video in locker rooms. Let's probably just go on the field, on the bus, team room, stay out of locker rooms.
Oh.
What's up with
so
Big
Sharon
Ten
Moore?
coaches?
Great segue.
I mean, Big Ten coaches are just horny.
Yeah, which I hate it. I don't. That's a messy situation. That's all bad. I get, and we don't know.
Have you ever had a bad day as Sharon Moore had yesterday?
No, and it's hard. Like I empathize with him because like you literally just had your entire life crumbled in 24 hours. That's just that stinks that it came to that conclusion. It's also not good that what's being reported. So,
dude, it was 5 hours. I mean, it was
not even 24.
That was the quickest unraveling of anything I've seen in a while. By the time I got home from work, he went from being investigated to handcuffs and making knife threats and all this crap. So I don't know. Again, I don't know what to believe. I'm not sure how much of it's true and what allegations. Obviously, enough to get him arrested.
There was a tweet from December 3rd that somebody was like, "Hey, Sharon Moore is having an affair with this girl," and posted the picture.
This has been a rumor. I never saw this specific girl that he was having an affair and that it was going to bring him down. But all those seemed like we want him fired rumors.
Yeah.
And now, which apparently what changed it is she went forward to the Michigan administration. Because apparently this was asked of them in the summer and they both denied it. And so, I mean, unless you have just hard proof, I don't know how you can really punish him for that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm not gonna completely, let Michigan off the hook as we've seen. So
well, the fact that they probably knew about it and then it looks like they waited till after signing day to make something happen.
That's what it looks like. Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to let them off the hook, but it does seem like she came forward yesterday yesterday morning. And that's how they were able to confirm it. But yeah, I'm not letting them off the hook that easy because I think that's their side of the story.
Sure. Well, did you hear what Jamel Hill said?
No.
Basically that he was fired for that because he's black, is what she said.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So I didn't even know Jamel Hill was still a thing anymore. I didn't know he was still she was still.
Where's she at now? The Atlantic?
No clue. But yeah, apparently she made which good for her. I mean, she's getting clicks because she makes an outlandish statement like that. So
crazy situation. I hate that. Yeah. I mean, I've laughed about it. But I hate that someone's fan. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy.
I hate that, but I laughed about it.
Well, I feel bad that I laughed about the unraveling of it all. Because I mean, his decisions, but apparently he has daughters like that. It's real life. That sucks. He did make his own decisions. I don't feel bad. I feel bad for him and what's transpired with the mental health stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as getting fired from your job, you made that decision, dude.
Yeah. And then you have Urban Meyer just like, I'm not so bad, right?
He's like, blondes. I get it. He's like, you know what really stopped me from blondes? Let me introduce you to Trevor Lawrence. Ever since that guy. And then in all this, you have private equity firms wanting to take over college football. It's like, you really want to get into this? Do you see this is a Wednesday night? You want to do this on a Wednesday night?
Dude, Larry Ellison wants college football bad. Let's make some money off this turmoil.
That Utah stuff. I get. Like, I don't know.
It's
like,
actually can we not buy Tennessee?
They already have. That's Joey's corner office is going to be Butch Jones' old office.
Oh, that's what I said. I'm in an executive office right now, actually.
There you go.
You think I'd hang that paint up my room? Yeah. It's a bunch of trees on the only decor I have in my room.
It's trees.
It's not even trees, just the stems, just the bark.
Oh man!
All right, I got some questions.
Okay.
I mean, we kind of hit on a lot of this stuff, but we'll just kind of go over it. What grade would you give the hire of Jim Knowles?
A-.
Okay, Joey.
Yeah, I was gonna go right at A-. You can't put predictions into it. You want to put B or whatever, but with what you have in front of you, you got to at least get in the A category. Might not be your favorite, perfect pick, but you don't have a perfect pick available. So, yeah, solid A-.
Things would have to go really wrong in 2026 for me to be really disappointed. Like, they would have to be like, light this all on fire and be done with it.
Well, because even if he has a mid-season, again, if it's more of a foundational thing and you hope this isn't just like a 1 or 2 year situation, that's still an A in my book, because, I mean, a B would be he really just kind of looks like, do we need to have a conversation about him in a year or two? Then you're like, okay, maybe that wasn't even a good hire. But yeah, I'm with Caleb. He'd have to blow up for it to be a wishing we didn't.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with A. I'd give it A. That would have been my first choice. And I think, a lot of people are saying it's a complex defense, blah, blah, cool. It can't be any worse. And then, I mean, our offense was considered complex, and Joey Aguilar came in here late in the summer and led the SEC in passing. I'm just not – with on-field coaches being able to be, like, on the field doing install and things like that, and not have to be, like, away for winter workouts and all that stuff. I think the whole – it takes time thing is not a big of a deal anymore.
Yeah, I agree.
So I go with A.
I'm good with an A. I'm going to stick to my guns, but I'm okay with you doing that.
Okay. What is the biggest portal position targets for Tennessee?
Safety, number one.
Yep.
If you end up only landing safeties in this portal class, so be it at this point. I think corner too, like try to get another veteran presence in there. It's worked. Like try to stick with that. I'd love to see an edge rusher, an impactful edge rusher. And unless it's, which I guess Hyder would be a portal addition, I think a running back would be a strong candidate. And then I think you got to try to bring, I don't want it to just be a warm body, but at least a warm body into the quarterback room.
See, I see a lot of people been fully floating on the idea like the running back room is fine. Obviously, I would agree that direction needs to be taken elsewhere. I definitely think D-backs are priority number one. But like, I also don't think it's fully unreasonable to look into the running back position, because I'm not mind-blowingly confident in that group. I mean, they started off strong this year, but I didn't walk away from that season being like, you know what, running back's nothing to worry about. I feel good and dandy. And Caleb's right with quarterback, just at least somebody to give you a little bit of cushion so you're not relying on two young guys that might not pan out regardless. So, but yeah, the running back take, maybe I'm just seeing the wrong people giving their opinion on it, but I especially if the right guy falls in your lap, obviously Hyder is a home run, but even if a reasonable running back falls in your lap, I think it's the right move to at least secure him.
Yeah, a lot of these positions the need is there if like people leave.
Yeah.
And maybe you need to add somebody, but like running backs, it's like, okay, you have DeJuan Morris, you have Deshaun Bishop, you lose Star Thomas, you have Peyton Lewis. That's not terrible, but what if Peyton Lewis is like, hey, I'm not the guy here, I'm gone. Then you have to get somebody in the portal. Safety, I don't think there's anybody on this roster that I'm like super confident in. You have to at least get one. And then I think you need a star position. I mean, this year, like when Colton Hood or somebody or Ty Redmond needed a break, it was William Wright. William Wright's out of eligibility. He's gone. And Jalen McMurray's gone. No one else you really felt confident about, and those young guys getting any sort of playing time, even when they were paper thin. So I think you got to go get at least 2 defensive backs in the portal. And I think defensive tackle is another one you got to hammer on. I'd love to see an edge rusher. That's probably more out of a necessity than probably need. But if you can go get a really good one that's impactful, you go get one.
Yeah. I like defensive tackle too. I think I don't think you need a bunch there, but if you can go find the right guy, I think that'd be a great addition to a room that, especially because you learned this year. I mean, really just like one injury away from you rotate so much, really taking a lot of wind out of that room.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. You need you were kind of hurting when Jackson Moy went down. Josh Snell, you landed out of the portal, did not impact this season. I don't even know if he played at all. You have Nathan Robinson coming back. Bryson Easton's gone. So I definitely think you need to land some interior defensive linemen because, I mean, you have Utley, you have Campbell, and then you have Robinson and David Hobbs.
Mm-hmm.
And David Hobbs technically could go to the NFL if he really wanted to. So, yeah, I think you need to add some bodies in there, veterans that have played at this level and been impactful. Probably is what you're looking for.
We need a new nutrition, strength and conditioning. Whatever these guys are doing to be absolute injury prone, let's lock that in. Let's reel that back in and figure out maybe some new grass on the practice field.
New turf.
Morgan Wallen cursed it.
That's another thing. Like, does Josh Heupel make a change with Schmidt because he's on an expiring deal too?
When does his deal expire? This upcoming?
Yeah, January.
Oh, this January.
Yeah.
Okay.
So either sign an extension or you got to make a move.
Interesting.
Any
other questions?
We already answered the have you ever had a worse day than Sharon Moore did yesterday. Who wins the whole thing? Playoffs.
It won't be. I want it to be Indiana so bad. So bad.
Give me the also, go ahead.
Well, people talking about Diego Pavia flipped Vanderbilt, turned it completely around. What Mendoza's done? What? I know it's not just Mendoza, but it's not just Pavia.
Yeah.
Yeah,
also, you're looking around and seeing all these Heisman contenders. I mean, most of them are transfers.
Yeah.
Well, everybody's
Haynes King transfer, Mendoza transfer, Sayin transfer. All those, Pavia's transfer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be shocked to find a Heisman contender that's true to the team. I mean, just nowadays the way it works out, most of these guys are Heisman talent and probably believed it themselves and just weren't in a good system to prove it, or were on a slightly.
Well, it's the one guy that it sucks because he grew up a Tennessee fan. That's Ty Simpson. He's the only. Yeah. Him and Gunnar Stockton are the only two that I can really think of at the top of my head that are really solid quarterbacks that just kind of stuck it out.
Right. More so, I mean, obviously the national champion's very interesting. Last year, all top 4 seeds lost. How do you view this year going?
not that way.
I think that Ole Miss Indiana game is very interesting.
It's Alabama, OU, or Indiana, right?
Okay, who would Ole Miss play?
Georgia, which I think it's interesting. I think it is interesting. Now, the way Georgia's defense played last Saturday.
Stinks. Haven't Ole Miss played Tulane and Georgia, like the two teams they've already played?
Right.
That's kind of dumb, but whatever. Man, I would way rather see like Ole Miss play Indiana.
Sure. I think I could see at least 2 of the 4 losing, but I also could see all 4 winning this year.
Yeah, I just have a hard time thinking. I think Georgia and Ohio State probably are your top 2 teams, with Indiana right there with them. I just have a hard time seeing either one of those teams lose in that second round game.
I agree, but if Texas A&M, like I don't think they look bad against Texas by any means. I think it's gonna be interesting to see how they play with that one game off against Miami. So I'll have a better idea, but I could see Texas A&M upsetting. See, that's the thing is like I couldn't see Miami doing it. So if Texas A&M wins that game, I could see them winning. I could see Ole Miss beating Georgia. I wouldn't predict it with the way Georgia's defense has finally seemed to catch some fire.
Yeah.
I could see Alabama or Oklahoma beating Indiana. Now I think I like Indiana in either of those matchups. And then I'm with you. I would pick Oregon to advance, but I could certainly see Texas Tech advancing. So I don't know. It's gonna be like that. It's way more interesting than the top 4 last year. That's for sure.
That Oregon Texas Tech game, I don't know which one would be favored, but I think it's going to be very slim. Whoever it is, like that's probably going to be your most interesting matchup in the second round is that game.
Sure. And I disagree with, again, how I don't like Tulane and Ole Miss playing again. I do think that matchup wise, far better than last year in like each round, excluding those 2 games, because you can't really do much about those 2.
I mean, 3 out of the 4 first round games they've already played each other this season that's pretty crazy. I feel like we could have maybe changed it up a little bit, but whatever.
I will say this. I would rather see JMU play Oregon than Duke.
That's true. Yeah.
So what are you going to do?
Georgia at plus 600 is just too good value. Sorry. I know it's kind of like the not favorite.
I don't blame you.
It's not the favorite side of the bracket. I get it. There's a lot better ways to let the top, but like the top could also sort itself out in a really weird way. And then I don't know, just Georgia at plus 600, the 3 seeds, just kind of, I don't know.
Kirby has them hypnotized. He has that team like right under his fist. He's like, "Yo, want to go practice after this?" "Yeah, coach." Shut up. No, you don't. You want to go get drunk and do other things.
Really
Sharon Moore likes to do.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Who's on upset alert? Who is maybe the first round matchup that you're like, I don't know.
Hot take. We got the tidbit that Lane Kiffin and John Summerall are good friends. Mm-hmm.
Scratch your back.
Mm-hmm.
If their name wasn't Tulane, I would think differently, but Ole Miss is going to be out for blood just because of the name.
Fair enough. But they got an inside man now. You think Kiffin calls any of those assistants that are, and we know that dude's petty and a troll. Can you imagine the tweets he's going to fire off if Tulane pulls it off? He's already probably got him in the draft.
Junior back to just destroy their entire playoff.
Very likely. Do you see what we saw unfold in college football this week? You think that's not going to happen? And then I know it's 8-9, but I'm shocked Oklahoma beat them one time. feels like too, like it's reversed, and so they get him a second time kind of deal.
Mhm.
And this one's at in Norman.
Yeah,
It is going to be interesting if A&M plays Ohio State to see like which coach has harder nipples after that one, Elko or Ryan Day.
I just don't like the way you said
well, Ryan
that.
Days are pierced, so I mean he's getting an unfair advantage. Get them all primed up in pregame practice. Caleb, I don't know. I could see Oklahoma beating Bama and then taking care of Indiana too, and then settling wherever they go. Just
Indiana lost their best pass rusher.
Indiana's just one of those.
Dude, that's a freak accident.
What? So how I missed how he did it.
He's literally running around the stadium just shaking people's hands.
That is how he did it?
Yeah, it just comes down and yeah.
Okay, I thought that video was them speculating like, oh, he was injured in this video. I didn't realize it happened in that video.
Yeah.
That's what I tell people all the time, like, because it's ACL, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm like, that, like, a lot of people, that don't, play this. Like, yeah, you need to be healthy, you need to be strong. But in all my years, 90% of the ACL injuries I've ever seen have just like happened.
Yeah,
like cutting weird, planting weird. Like it can happen jogging down the street.
He was probably due. Like it was probably coming, if not here in practice the next day or something. ACLs are weird. It's never like a consistent injury. It's just like it was right on the verge, and then you just get one little movement that just.
Rarely is it just like the nastiest injury you've ever seen if it's an ACL.
Yeah.
And if it is a nasty injury, it's like ACL, MCL, PCL, like everything in the knee.
The Tyreek Hill strat.
Yeah. I'm gonna go chalk first round, second round. 2 of the Boz lose. Is where I'm at.
Give me Georgia, Oklahoma in the championship. Boom. Let's get weird.
Jeez.
Let's get weird.
Dang, what a come up for Brett Venables. Not only hot seat to start the year, hot seat middle of the year to coach in the national championship. That would be insane.
The Ryan Day.
Are they just kind of the team of destiny? Like, I mean,
maybe.
I think like besides James Madison and Tulane, they're the worst team in this playoff.
Yeah, I mean Miami. I think we talked about it. Arkansas was by far the worst 2 and or the best 2-10 team we've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
Miami is probably the worst outside of Notre Dame 10-2 team. I don't know. It was like all year they looked like a championship team, but then like they didn't.
Well, yeah, they started off too hot.
Very weird. There you go. I like that.
And then Carson Becked in those 2 games, and they were like, okay, this team's a fraud.
Yeah. So I don't know. Very weird team.
I just feel like if you don't make the ACC title game in that conference, you probably don't deserve to be in the playoff.
Don't tell Notre Dame fans that.
Well, they
will
technically kind of in the ACC, so they don't count either.
That's their part every year. It's like you didn't even make the ACC championship.
yeah, exactly.
I don't know. Why not just join a conference and then we'll allow you to say you're not in a conference if you want to say that.
Yeah.
Also, I don't like all these. It's very common of Northerners. They're like the SEC all loves each other. It's like you talk to like one SEC fan a year who's like, I'm rooting for the SEC. You come down south for a week, you'll find out that every SEC fan hates every other SEC team.
Yeah.
This SEC love is made up. ESPN, you talk to some random guy online, bullcrap. People get shot down here over wins and losses. I wish that was a joke and an exaggeration. It's not. Have you met Roll Tide Willie? You think he was born out of SEC pride? No.
No, that was good whole family pride. I hope Texas Tech wins it.
Oh, okay.
Because I don't want the Big Ten to win it. I want them to win it this year. The private equity gets in there, and they suck from here on out.
But wouldn't it be okay if Indiana won out of the Big Ten? Because it's like they've always been so bad in the Big Ten. Like, I'm okay with that Big Ten team winning it.
Yeah, that's probably true. Actually, I don't even really care if Oregon does. I just don't want Ohio State to win it.
I agree with that. I don't want Texas Tech to win it because they spent so much money
Okay.
and like
Yeah,
publicly
it's
did it.
President.
But what about the?
I want you to feel like you didn't get your money's worth because we didn't spend anywhere
true
near that
hater.
amount, and we thought we should have competed for a national championship. And we're upset. I want
But
them
the
to really
linebacker's
regret
pretty
it.
sick.
Sure.
The Stash Bros.
Oh, is that a thing?
I think so.
Oh, okay. I like that. That's fun.
Yeah. Couple more things. McCoy, Brazel declare for the NFL draft. Not surprising. Appreciate those guys for the good season that they had here at Tennessee.
I don't know if you made that sound like a dig, wanted that to sound like a dig.
Well, there's a lot of people on our post about Jermod McCoy, and it was like, yeah, cool. He didn't help us here. He helped us a lot this year. I'm like, I mean, he kind of wasn't his fault, really. I don't think. Yeah, Chris Brazel had an amazing season. I don't think anybody really expected that, and I think he will be probably a first or
I
second.
want my flowers.
Draft pick.
I was high on Brazel.
I was not. I was not at all. I just didn't think after that first season, I was like, dude, that
it never made sense. Some of the insane catches he made and the athleticism he possessed, that it didn't click.
Yeah.
Now, granted, like 2 of the 3 amazing catches he had were out of bounds, and so they don't count when that happens. But they were amazing catches nonetheless.
Mm-hmm. And then all SEC teams, no Braylon Staley.
Yeah.
You can't give him SEC freshman of the year and then not put him on a team.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that
that's
really makes
how
sense.
I felt about it. But it felt like they were just not going to put him on anything. They did give him SEC freshman of the year, which I guess, but he had more yards than Wingo and touchdowns. And he had less catches, more yards, and more touchdowns than Zachariah Branch. That doesn't make any sense to me.
Wait, you're saying it's all rigged?
Yes.
Really?
Do you know how much, though, that Zachariah Branch touchdown made me really hate that we didn't get him?
Oh, yeah.
That was just such a beautiful touchdown. The speed, the quickness. It made me really sad.
And he only had 60 yards against us. You would thought he had 200, it felt like.
I think all 60 ended in 6. So.
Yeah.
Sure felt like it.
And then all freshman team, Sanders got it, Spillman, Staley, and Redmond. No Jesse Perry. He started on the offensive line all year long.
Yeah, I don't know. They watched him in the back half of the season, I think.
I mean, they were going to give it to David Sanders regardless. And
Sure.
This is no shot at David Sanders, but he played like half the year.
Yeah. And played one position, unlike Jesse Perry.
Yeah. Both of our corners who, that was the injury that we were giving Tim Banks of, why he wasn't great, were third team all SEC. So not an excuse. And then are we ever going to play basketball again?
I know. Isn't it a crazy break?
Yeah. It's felt so long.
Well, you still got 5 more days, so.
Yeah.
I know. I thought it was Saturday, and then I was looking. I was like, wait, no, that's the 13th. Nope. Tuesday night, right? The 16th.
When's conference play start?
After the new year.
Okay.
Right? I think that's right.
Only just a little bit more misery.
And then when it rains, it pours. I mean, in the middle of all this, and you have Cade Phillips is out for the season. Which apparently had been lingering. I mean, I didn't see where he had hurt it somewhere.
Yeah, I missed that. We need JP Estrella back in a bad way.
Yeah, 100%.
Fully healthy. I think you mentioned bubble wrap him.
Mhm.
Got to get him healthy for SEC play.
Also, we talked about before how we loved when the MLB draft was so long because we might hear our name being
Yeah.
called. Guys, you can also play NFL quarterback when you're 44 years old and haven't played in 5 years.
I love it.
it's
I
over.
think it's awesome. I think they should call Brett Favre, or a team should call Brett Favre. He'd do it.
Did you see where Cam Newton was pissed that he didn't get a call?
No.
He's like, I'm 36 and Philip Rivers is 44, and he got a call.
I like Cam Newton now.
What has Philip Rivers even been doing? Has he been training, or he just doesn't seem like
He's
a
been-
guy that's just like
He's been coaching
grinding?
high school football, dog.
Yeah, but
Oh,
You
has
don't think
he?
he's been out there slinging that thing?
There's no way. I mean,
Dude, you should see. He's got an entire football.
he's
field in
had
his
to have a
backyard.
gambling problem, right? There's no way you sign up to go do that again.
Well, no, he just has a bunch of kids he's got to look after.
Oh yeah, he does have
He's
a lot
got
of kids.
grandkids. Dude, you got John Gruden went to his house at some point. He's got an entire turf football field in his backyard. 100,
Philip
120
Rivers
yards. Yeah.
guy loves ball. You know he's been out there slinging it like, dude. At
And he's
some
got-
point they could.
He's got like teenage football sons. Like he's got them
Yeah,
running routes.
He's got
He's
like
not
a whole
throwing on-
team, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's not even throwing on air. He's doing one-on-one drills. Like he's been challenging himself, I'm sure.
You have all these like 7-on-7 teams that are like sponsored by different people. His is just Philip Rivers.
Just the Philip Rivers team.
Yeah,
His wife's calling defensive plays.
that's
If they do
kinda
that
sick.
7-on-7.
Let's with your significant other, would you be the offensive coordinator or defensive coordinator?
7-on-7,
Yeah.
offense coordinator.
Okay. Joey, what about you?
What was the question?
Your significant other, would you call offense or defense?
I like that question.
You do or don't?
I don't. I guess defense.
It's 7-on-7. I think the answer is pretty easy. I think.
Give me defense.
Oh,
Ooh,
maybe not
okay.
easy. I thought okay. I thought you were trying to like cover 2 or cover 3 the whole time and call it.
You
a day.
trust her to call plays?
No, probably not. But firepower offense can cover it up.
You're gonna make sure she gets the ball back.
Wait, so you're calling offense, correct?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay, so she's calling defense. Okay.
Yeah. That's what. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
That's
Well,
what.
where are you at? Where are you at on that one, Landon?
Yeah, I think she's more tenacious than me.
I was
so
gonna
think-
say, I think she might. I think, especially in 11v11, I think she might be a pretty good defensive coordinator. Now it might be aggressive. She might give up some big shots,
yeah.
but I feel like she's gonna get frustrated on a second down and send the house, and you got turnovers coming.
Oh,
Yeah, my wife is definitely an engage 8 type of person.
Yeah, not all game, but she'll turn it on a couple times.
Yeah. There's no
Quarterback
such
will be like,
thing as
"There's-
punt safe either. She's bringing the house.
Yeah, I think you kind of got the easy call here.
Oh yeah. I just run the ball, baby. Control the clock. All right. Anything else?
That's it for me. I got to get out of here. I gotta get on the Michigan message boards, find out what's going on.
I'm gonna start drawing up plays. Guys, thank y'all so much for listening. Go check out our good friends at hoviedrygoods.com. Use promo code MORE for 15% off that first purchase. Again, MORE, 15% off that first purchase. Promo code MORE at hoviedrygoods.com. Thank y'all. And we're bringing the boat in, and we out.